7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everybody, we're live, it's a Sunday night, and we're here to talk about our YouTube channel, because, you know, we've been at this for a long time, very long time, since August of 2017, which is many years. Next year will be 10 years that we've been on YouTube, which is really incredible, considering that we had created a video unboxing something that we had won from Funko. That's what set this whole thing off. And after that, we decided, hey, this would be fun if we did this every once in a while. We'll do it every Sunday or something. 10 years. Oh. We've been on YouTube, which is really there you go. Here, let me fix it. There we go. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It shouldn't be distorted anymore. Sorry, I'm messing with the settings tonight, and things got a little wacky. Listen to it again here in a moment. You can check it out. Perfect. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're all set. Okay, so let me get back to what I was saying. So we started this channel way back in August of 2017, and it was all started because of Funko, and we unboxed the box there, and that was great, and that is what set us off. And look, Funko was the main focus of this channel, has been the main focus of this channel. As you know, we are constantly scouring for, I can never say that word, scouring for Funko news to talk about. A lot of you out there have been wonderful, sending us tips and different pieces of information. There's also been people behind the scenes that we don't discuss who they are, but they give us information about Funko, what Funko is up to, and it's really helped this channel. And over the, I don't know, last however many years that we've been doing this, you know, we started off not really seeing many views. I mean, it was like, 100 maybe here and there. And then we started making our way into like thousands of views.
We started making our way downtown. Walking fast.
So in like 2023 or 2022, it was, I think, our height for this channel.
I think 2020...
Well,
no, 2020. A little after that.
So right around the time that we discussed how Funko had screwed up those boxes.
Okay,
yeah. So that was like 2023. Yeah, so around that time is when the channel really blew up and people really had eyes on us. The problem is that over the course of time, Funko just isn't what it used to be. And we're noticing with our channel that not many people are tuning in. Look, it could be just Heather and I, and people don't like who we are. It could be that, right? But I also think it has a lot to do with Funko not being as trendy as it once was. When it was trendy and everybody wanted to know what was going on with Funko, we would make our videos and people would be here in droves watching to see what we had to do. In fact, like at one point in time, our lives, like right now we have 62 people here. We would start a live and we would have like 150 people in there or more.
Instantly.
Yeah, instantly. So things have changed incredibly for us. And so the fact that we work so hard at this and we really want to grow as a channel, we started to realize that maybe we shouldn't kind of focus all of our time on Funko. We can still do that. We can still talk about Funko, throughout the many videos that we create here. But something that has been important to me, and the thing that I hear from people a lot, is that they watch us not for Funko or for, whatever the topic is, but it's really just for Heather and I. And I just want to be very clear about something as of late. And this is where I sort of pour my heart out here. So Heather and I, when we started getting a lot of views, it had to do with us being like Mr. and Mrs. Trash and yelling trash all the time. And it got really crazy for a while. People were really upset with us. People would attack us. And then it became this thing where we're hated. Like today, we're hated. Like on social media, on Instagram, they're the worst YouTubers. They're the worst Funko YouTubers. And when we uncover like truths or like news, people are calling us liars when everything is true and like it comes to fruition down the line. Especially like as an example, the
NFTs.
death of NFTs was something
we got hated on hardcore.
I mean, there were people
like on Discord,
people on Discord
Twitter,
were slamming us.
Like, well, are you gonna apologize if you're wrong? Are you gonna apologize if we're right for being so shitty to it? You know what I mean? Like people demanding apologies, demanding things.
Well,
like
so
it's awful.
The other thing, I don't know if you've noticed this by watching our videos as of late, but we have toned down a lot on purpose. I want to tell you honestly that I did not want to tone our channel down, and I didn't want to not be Mr. and Mrs. Trash anymore. I thought that was sort of like the humor part of our channel, and it made us fun and funny and different. But a lot of people saw it differently, and I didn't want to affect both this channel, Heather and I, and our happiness, and also our toy company, because our toy company sort of has grown out of this YouTube channel. And now that we have a toy company, this sort of front-facing thing that we have here with Gastlecast, it's like, do we really sit around and bash people all the time? Do we bash products and stuff? Is that really who we want to be?
Because if you think about it, like we as a company, we're always open to feedback, but we don't want someone to downright like trash what we do. Like if it's not for you, that's fine. But like I would hate for someone to say some of the things that we've said about Funko, about us. Well, you know what I mean?
So the way I always saw it is that what we talk about here is we're being funny. Like there's a humor side of it.
Yeah,
right?
But
So in other words,
sometimes I think we did a little too much.
Well, people can't decipher when we're joking or not. Like,
yeah.
And then we would almost play as characters, like these wild people who were just crazy about everything. And then people thought that's who we were. And then they were attacking us thinking that's who we were. And I'm talking about like, this has been over a year ago, the last time that we were attacked and butchered and stuff. And things have sort of cooled down. I guess the NFT thing was really the last time where we were being like attacked over the whole thing. In fact, it got so bad that Heather and I jumped in the Discord ourselves and started saying like, hey, you know, we're just telling you the news about the NFT thing. This is what we heard. Yeah, so you can think what you want. It's fine by I mean, we're just trying to share the news because it's important to us.
I don't make things up to make things up.
Right.
Like I don't care about views in a way like Chris mentioned at the beginning of this, like we don't receive as many views as we once did. And it's not that we want the views to have views. It's more so we see the interest sort of dwindling in what we're doing. And this is something that takes up so much of our lives. We both have jobs. We both, of course, like we have a household to take care of. Now we adopted 2 crazy kittens we're taking care of. And we take time out of our day almost every single day with the exception of most Saturdays. But if you tuned in yesterday, you would see we recorded yesterday too. To do this, to entertain people. And we don't want it to feel like it's for nothing, if that makes sense. Like we still get views, but we've grown as a channel. And I feel like the views are still sort of like, you know, they're okay. It's not like it once was when Funko was at its height.
It should be better considering how much we do this.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. We have chosen a niche topic to discuss. We have a name that is not associated to Funko in any way or shape or form. If you look at other channels, most of them include like Funko or Pop or something like that in there, collectibles, whatever.
Yeah.
We've never done that. We're just Gastlecast, and it's even a made-up word. It's not even a real word. So you really have to like know who we are or somehow find the titles that we're putting out there for our videos. But look, you know, over all the years of doing this, with the crazy sort of things that we were doing and all these crazy reviews and of these figures and things, that's who I really want to be. Like, that's who I am. I want to have humor. I want to be fun. giving you information is one thing, and kind of bringing you into the world of Funko is one thing, or this other thing. But the reality is that Heather and I do this every day because we enjoyed it. And I feel like we have sort of found now that we don't enjoy it as much anymore. And I don't want to sit here and lie to anybody and act like, well, we really enjoy Funko. Like, we love Funko. We're obsessed with Funko. Funko to us nowadays is just like another thing that we collect. We're not obsessing over it anymore. Kind of like a lot of other people. We like it, but we also like a lot of other things. And so we've tried to bring those other things here on the channel, other artists. We just did a poster unboxing yesterday, which was a little bit different. But that isn't even what I'm talking. That's not even what I want to talk about anymore. This is going to sound really crazy, but I want to transition into a podcast format where Heather and I are discussing things that. Let me give you topics.
Okay.
I came up with topics. So you guys want to hear topics? I'm going to read topics. By the way, there's one topic I want to talk about so fucking bad.
Okay. Is it RoboCop?
No. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, whenever we had our Patreon call, it was last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, all the Patreon prizes have been shipped, just so everybody's aware.
Yes, but I still have to get addresses to the people who have donated items to ship. I'm going to do that probably tomorrow.
There was something that had come up on Patreon, and I cannot shake it. I've had such a hard time with it, and I think it's because I hate this loser YouTuber who covers Funko. I just absolutely dislike this person because I hear so many bad things about them. I don't know what they do today, and I don't know if they share that same mentality today or not. But one of our a friend actually, Nick Mastramico, he shared, and I remember hearing this before, but when I heard it again, it makes me like start shaking.
Yeah,
it like makes me shake.
Stupid.
It makes me shake in anger.
Mm-hmm.
But this person, this YouTuber, this dimwit piece of shit, people were asking him questions in regards to like Funko or collectibles. This guy wanted a payment for advice. Is that what it is?
And they were a newer channel. It wasn't like they had been collecting for many, many years. It was like, if you'd comment on someone's video asking a question, they would give you a quick answer commenting back or whatever.
Oh my God. Look, we've been doing this for so long, and I hope after watching us and really getting to know who we are through this channel, right? Because we can be the wacky people. We yell trash and anime and all the things that we do here that's just so silly and goofy. I hope you realize that we legitimately are all about collectors and we care about people. I personally try to help people when I can. I mean, really, I do. And today, as an example, I had somebody message me about an issue. It's a long story. I don't even want to get into it, but it's like about a cell phone. But it's an issue with the cell phone and stuff. And so I've been navigating that. Actually, over the last 2 days, I've been navigating that, trying to figure out how to get this situation fixed. This is for who's become a friend, but a viewer of this channel, patron to our channel.
Which it doesn't matter if they're a patron or not.
It does not matter. No, it does not matter.
It was just brought up on Patreon.
It just happens to be what they do or how they're affiliated with it. But I want to help. I legitimately want to help them. And I think that's missing nowadays in just culture where people don't help each other. You see a lot of these videos where people do this test on human,
those very set up things. I watched one yesterday where there's supposedly a hand signal if a woman or a person, I should say, because it could happen to anyone, but someone's being trafficked.
Right.
But it's fake, but it's a woman and a guy is holding her like this.
And she does a wave behind her back?
Yeah, she does a wave behind her back.
I saw that.
And it's testing
right.
the people around her. But it's totally set up. But I see those videos all the time.
So back to us. So we're always about helping people collectible wise or just otherwise. I mean, I'm here to help anybody. I've had people message me about dating advice. They're like, "Oh, you've been married to Heather for all this time and you've been with Heather can you give me some advice?" I mean, shit, sure. I
Yeah.
tell you, I just thought, hey, you know.
If she's mad, don't ask her if she's on her period.
There you go. I mean, that's a very good one. Yes, number one rule. Number one rule.
Number one rule that somebody doesn't follow. He asks me every single day of the month.
Well, there's a pattern. There's a pattern. So, where we are now in our YouTube career, and I'm sure that a lot of you will be on board. Here's the thing. I am still into collectibles. I still want to make collectible related videos, 100%. I still want to make Hot Toys videos. I still want to talk about Funko, especially when there's big news out there. But if we're talking about situations where there is like no news, like I feel like sometimes we are grasping at straws, and some people will comment something along the lines of slow news day.
Yes.
Right? Because we're just
and
like pulling
we sit
something.
there and we're just scrolling our phone, and Chris will be like, hey, did anything pop up in like Funko News? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've been doing this or that all day. I haven't paid attention. And we're just like scrolling. And then finally it's like 8 o'clock. We haven't even started making dinner, and we're having to sit down and record. And then we don't eat dinner until like 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night.
What's worse is that we are sometimes recording a topic that we just do not care about.
Yeah.
And it's really for entertainment value or producing something of value to you out there, giving you information that you might not all otherwise have. I came to this idea or fruition of this when I started making these videos, or when we started making videos more commonly about people who are scamming others. And I started to realize, like, I like talking about other topics. Like, I don't like people getting scammed. Let's get that out of the way. But knowing that that's happening out there, if I can shine light on it to make people aware that this is going on and to stay away from that. By the way, we were contacted recently about a Funko Pop box, mystery box guy, a guy that we've been friends with. I mean, people are scamming left and right because Funko isn't doing well. People can't sell them like they used to. It's just not the same anymore. And so I think a lot of these businesses, they hinge themselves on Funko with the idea that Funko is going to be the big thing forever and ever, not realizing that at one time, at some time, it's all going to fall apart and people don't give a shit anymore. We care about limited edition. That's what we talk about. But outside limited edition, are we talking that much about all these Funko Pops that are dropping? We sometimes don't even know things drop. We went to Target not too long ago, and I walked in there. I was like, oh my God, they made this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this was a Funko Pop. Look at that. That's crazy to me. But I want to talk about things. Let me give you a topic. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. You're going to love this topic.
I can't wait.
This is going to be the very first podcast.
Okay.
The very first new format. By the way, new format most likely will start in a couple weeks. First video is called This. Ready?
Oh, I thought you were saying the word this.
No.
It's called this.
No. It's called Chairs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And the reason why it's called Chairs is that Heather and I are both on the hunt for a chair for our podcast that we're both going to sit in.
We went to Baltimore today, and we went to an unheated warehouse in my big fluffy coat, scarf, boots, everything. My little nose was red because, well, my big nose was red. I have a big nose. My big nose was red because I was so cold, and we didn't even find any chairs there. That'll probably be part of the podcast. You'll hear this again whenever we talk about
we want to pick
chairs.
up. We want to pick up chairs that are more in like it's our personality in a chair, right?
Yeah, and I'm sort of torn. Do I want a print on the chair that I would typically really love, or do I want a plain chair that I can dress up with like a blanket and a pillow or something? Like, I don't know yet.
Right.
Because I can change it. Like, for Valentine's Day, I can have a heart pillow.
Exactly. Okay.
I can have a snowman pillow for Christmas time.
Right. So here's the next one.
Okay.
What I hate about you.
Like me and you?
Yep. Like what you and I dislike about each other the most.
Okay, so yours would be the fact that my period never goes away, and mine would be the fact that
my period
you're
never
loud.
goes away either.
Yeah, that too. And you're loud.
Okay.
And you're stinky.
You are. What the fuck? The other day we were playing video games. I swear to you, Heather, it smelled for real like you pooped in your pants. For real. It did, and it wouldn't go anywhere. That's what further made me think that you did definitely poop in your pants. Okay, and then followed behind that, what I love about you.
Okay.
Okay? We can separate.
That's going to be a really short one.
Here's another one. This is one that I really like because I cannot wait to talk about this.
Okay.
Because this is very specific to you and I. Opinions suck. So it's about our opinions and where our opinions have gotten us on this channel, what kind of trouble it's gotten us into, how people have taken us the wrong way. They believe that we're something that we're not. It has then bled into other forms of social media.
Okay.
Like Instagram, like our YouTube channel has bled into Facebook and Instagram. We had somebody calling us drug addicts because they thought we looked like we were on drugs in our videos. Do you remember that?
I don't think it was even a look. I think it was just a weird accusation. I've never done a drug in my life besides I smoked weed, and the last time I did that, I was 24 years old.
Yeah, and now you're 47. And yeah, it's been a while.
Fuck yourself, first of all. But it's been over 10 years.
I have never done a drug in my entire life.
No, he's never smoked
Scout's
weed.
honor. Never. Not even once.
And I don't even drink alcohol. He does. I don't.
Yeah. Okay, next. Scariest moments in our channel history.
Ooh, okay. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We have quite a few of those.
Yeah, we have people threatening us in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
We have people saying some really nasty stuff to us.
Yeah.
I remember one night I stayed up until almost like 4 a.m. It was a weeknight.
I was crying and shaking.
And
I remember that night.
It was really some scary shit because I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The person was like, trying to look for like information about us.
Yeah,
it was really
freaky.
weird, right? Yeah, it was really freaking me out. I didn't like that at all. Owning a collectible company, the good and the bad.
I think that would be two separate.
It could be. You could split it into two.
Being on YouTube and owning a collectible company.
Yes. Yes.
Specifically.
Yeah. You could. We could drum it up any way we want. I think that what we really need to do is make sure that the titles are clear, concise, and they're short. They don't have to be real long. Like I don't want to be a paragraph long, you know? So like opinions suck. Our opinions suck.
Yeah.
Because that's what people would say.
Yeah.
Is that fuck your opinion? How could you not like Venom and Carnage from the film Venom Let There Be Carnage? Like how dare you dislike them? How dare you try to make that funny?
I mean, have you ever disliked something in your life, or are you just judging someone for disliking something that you like?
Well, something that we learned a long time ago is that people are very defensive over the things that they love or like. So I'm not talking about their family or friends. I'm talking about, or their animals. I'm talking about, I'm a huge Captain America fan. You say something bad about Captain America, we got a problem.
Me, Taylor Swift. Me, Cats. Me, Boba. You don't like Boba, I don't like you.
Okay, so basically you've taken up you have the same viewpoints as the people that were hating on us.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, that's fair. All right, I'm just kidding. This is an interesting one because I think you're gonna like this because this also has to do with this channel. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. Friends we've lost and why? Because you know what's really funny?
What?
A friend reached out to me today and we were talking. And the three of us have now started talking again. You, him, and I.
Okay.
He messaged me today, just me, instead of including you. Because that's where like we've been having a kumbaya thing, like we're becoming friends again. Mm-hmm. He messaged me and he said, damn, I really hate the above messages. The last things that he was saying, he was like really upset with us. So he was like, I hate, but he wanted to talk to me. But he's like, I hate that I have to read those messages.
Huh.
So in other words, he regrets what happened. So do I.
I don't even know who you're talking about because we talk, like, all of our, like.
He used to be a mod.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Me too. I hate that. I fucking hate that. Because, so here's the thing. A lot of people have, like, misunderstandings. And a lot of people, like, oh, God, I could talk about this shit for hours because when you communicate with people over text, people think that your tone might be a way that you
I've
don't
gotten
mean it.
more trouble with you than anything else, and it's always been over text.
I get in trouble with people because they think that I'm upset, but it's just because I don't do like 500 emojis all the time in my text. So I try to use like emojis more, exclamation points more, stuff like that. But I'm like, am I doing too much? Am I doing too how do you properly communicate with somebody over text, because in person, I'm very like, I have different, like when I'm excited, there's a certain way that I talk. When I'm bummed out, there's a certain way that I talk. When I'm sad, there's a certain way that I talk. When I'm like angry, there's a certain way that I talk. So how can you convey how you're feeling, like, you know? And another thing that people like, so here's a topic I'd like to talk about, and I don't know what we could call it.
Okay, well, let me write it down. What is it?
It's basically social media and its toxicity, or like, so you can do like toxic social media, but then you can do like unintended toxic. And I don't even know how to call this, but basically most people on social media post the good. You're my husband on our anniversary. Oh my God, happy however many years. I love you so much, blah, blah, blah. But we're not talking about the fact that it took us 2 hours to figure out what the fuck we're eating for dinner tonight. And we're frustrated with each other. Or this was a topic, or this was a thing that happened this morning. You're laying in bed. I like got all the ingredients. I was about to cook breakfast, but I decided to take a shower first. Take a shower. I'm really excited to cook breakfast. I mean, I don't want to cook breakfast, but I'm excited to like eat breakfast, like have breakfast. You're like, can we go to brunch? I said, yeah, where are we going? I don't know. Where do you want to go? Instant, like, can you find somewhere? Yeah. And then you're instantly, well, why are you making this a thing? And it's like, I'm not making this a thing, but like, I feel like I make a lot of decisions. Can you just make it easy and like choose a place? But like.
So this actually goes right back to what I hate about you.
Well, that too, but yeah. my point
actually fits 2 podcasts.
It does. My point is, a lot of people portray themselves on social media as like only the good parts or only the good things that are happening in their lives and not the hard stuff. So people might think like, you know, I post a picture with my cats or whatever. People think like I have all the time in the world. The fact of the matter is I hardly have time to see my family or like my best friend.
Well, I mean,
I met up with my best friend a couple weeks ago for like 30 minutes, and then it was like, okay, peace out.
Well, so like friends we've lost and why I think is a really good topic.
That's a very good topic.
And here's why it's good for me. Because I feel like I have been holding in a lot of, when we run a YouTube channel, we have all these groups, we have the toy business, we have all these things. You're going to have to get her because I'm not going to be able to talk with her. We got this paper on the floor and the cats keep running through it. Could you
they're
just
not
put
running
her,
through
I know,
it.
but they're running on it. It's just a mess. I can't handle it. If they're going to play in it, can you put it out there maybe? Or put her out there? I don't know.
I got her.
Okay. But there's a lot of things that we don't talk about, and for good reason. Like sometimes it doesn't merit us discussing it. But these are things that affect us. So Heather and I are affected by some things that happen. People messaging us, hearing things through the grapevine about how people are mad at us for some reason. It's weird in the position that we're in, because
we're not separate people. We're Heather and Chris. Heather and Chris. So something that, like, if Chris does something or says something that someone might take the wrong way, because Chris is like literally the nicest person you will ever meet. He has a heart of gold. But if someone takes him the wrong way, not only are they mad at Chris, but they're mad at me. And like, then they take their anger out on me. And I'm like, well, first of all, Chris didn't mean what he said. Second of all, I'm not Chris. So what, like, why are you
it's
upset with me?
I want to have a discussion about how these situations occur and then how we handle them. And because I rate them in my mind right now, I have like 3 different ones. One just happened, actually, with somebody that we thought we were cool with, and then they just totally turned on us. I mean, just out of the blue. And then I found out it had something to do with us not going to lunch with them in person, which was fucking weird. Like, I didn't understand that. Like, they don't explain anything. They just get mad with us and like remove our friendship on Facebook. We've known them for years. It was just really weird. Like, everything about it was weird. So I can't wrap my head around that.
And
so
I
want to
don't
discuss.
care to
Well,
be honest with you.
it's important. I got to. And
No. I don't care to wrap my head around it because you're never going to understand why people do weird shit.
But I want to talk about it because it's something that Heather and I think the hardest part about having everything that we have in terms of channel, toy company, everything, is that we get wrapped up in people's like personalities sometimes, and they're upset with us. And like I would say, typically people are really cool, but there are some people out there like these oddballs that try to like they like get mad at us for who knows what, and we don't even know that they're mad. We don't understand why they're mad at us. And then when people explain why they're mad at us behind the scenes, we're just like, what the fuck? What are we talking about? Like, it's just confusing sometimes. But here's another one. I put social media toxicity. Mm-hmm. Okay. Worst part about having a collector partner.
Oh, I'm fucking broke all the time.
So it's like talking about the real side of because I got obsessive.
You still are. You're very obsessive.
I'm not as sick as I used to be. I used to be pretty sick. Like I used to order a lot, but I have definitely scaled back because I was ordering like multiple Hot Toys a week. Yeah. I mean, that's just like ill. Like I was like sick in my head. I had to stop. I had to slow down. It gets out of control, but I love collectibles. And so for me, it's like my life doesn't consist of me going out and drinking with my buddies and going in, being involved in like activities and like going, like I'm not a baseball guy or football guy. So I'm not going out and buying tickets for that, right? Because there's a lot that comes with that. You buy football tickets, then you have to get food, and then you have to get there. Then there's you're drinking or whatever you're doing while you're there. There's a lot in that situation. You buy the apparel, the jerseys and all that stuff. I'm not involved in any of that. My thing is just collectibles. I like collectibles and figures and Hot Toys. So I look at it that way. Like everybody has their thing and collectibles just happens to be mine. Can we just do what I said at the beginning? Because I'm going to fucking lose my mind here. I know there's two of them. I know. What is happening here? Heather, I mean, how is it that I mentioned this like 35 minutes ago?
Well, Rocky wasn't in here.
What, so you're putting it out there now?
That's what you told me to do.
Oh my God, this podcast is going to be awful. Nobody's going to want to watch this. This is going to be the worst. Nobody's going to want to watch this shit. That one like this is crazy. We're going to have to close those doors. They're going to have to stay out there when we're recording this stuff. Where are you going now?
I'm closing the door and kicking a cat out.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So worst part about having collector partner, I think that's more of a episode for you. Because you're a collector too, but you're not like me.
I'm not like you, no.
No. Mm-hmm. I've been sick. There have been times where I've been sick.
There have been times.
But, hold on. The life of a partner with a boba drinker. That's definitely because... And by the way, your obsession with Pokemon Go. Those two in one episode. That's one episode.
No, you can do separate episodes.
Heather is driving and swerving around to get like Pokestops.
I'm not swerving. Driving.
We gotta go and park. We gotta park in this Starbucks lot so we can fight this thing. Get in this raid.
First of all,
and I'm like, Heather, why are we doing this? We got things to do.
We did not park. We drove through it, and it was on the way to my dad's house anyway. So shut your trap.
See, and that's somebody who's obsessed. See, I'm obsessed with Hot Toys. You're obsessed with Pokemon Go and Boba. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting.
I did that on the way home from getting boba.
Yeah.
Or on the way to my dad's house from getting boba.
Yeah. It was tremendous.
Playing Pokemon, drinking my boba, cutting through a Starbucks parking lot.
Yeah. I don't like it. It does not feel good. Wasted my entire day playing fucking Pokemon Go. It's too much.
You were playing right along there with me.
I was, because guess what? Guess what I am? Supportive husband. Thank you.
No.
Supportive husband.
If you were supportive, you wouldn't complain about my boba addiction.
We did not find our chairs today. And so that's the focal point of our first episode is finding these chairs, explaining why we bought the chairs, why they're our personality. I want these podcasts to be, I don't even want to do a podcast where it's like a set time. Sometimes they might be 30 minutes. Sometimes they might be an hour. I don't want to edit a whole lot of it either unless we really have to. It's going to be edited, like it'll kind of go back and forth. I want to do a multicam thing, but I don't think that's going to happen like real soon because it's expensive to have multiple cameras. So I have to figure that out.
And it would
down the
take a
road.
lot of time for you to edit.
Yeah, well, no, because if I use the same camera, it's the same thing, right? I have to switch back and forth between you and I, so it's okay. It's gonna be fine. But I want it to look good. I want it to sound good. We've already gotten the sound part situated. I ordered a couple of new mics.
Says you.
Well, at the beginning of the podcast,
The beginning of this live.
But I'm getting our podcast stuff set up on our microphones. So I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy the new direction that we're going in. I hope that you tag along with us on our new journey. Again, we're not like completely overhauling the entire thing. Like it isn't like we're not talking about collectibles anymore, because we are. Like, we're still going to talk about Funko when there's big news, but there's a lot of days where there isn't anything to talk about, and I'm tired of trying to figuring that shit out. It gets really, really old real fast. So are we talking like Pete Davidson's new pod? I have no idea. I've never watched it.
No.
I don't know if it's good. Is it good?
And Jess said that I play Pokemon on 2 phones. That was only when Chris stepped out or something, or he was talking to somebody and we were in the middle of a raid, so I had to be in both of our phones at the same time.
When did this happen?
Philly.
Oh. Okay. God. Just hire me as a camera crew. We should. If you live close by, I would totally have you.
Well, he doesn't.
Have you here. Yeah.
Peace out.
Of course. Yeah, of course. But I want this to be more about, more of our personality shining through, and to talk about real topics on top of what we already talk about.
Yeah.
Because I think it's interesting to sort of dive deep. Also talk about some of the past things that we've been through.
Yeah.
I like the topics I came up with so far, but I'm going to need you to help me with that.
Yeah.
And come up with some more.
Well, I think another thing, like, this would feed into the downsides of having a YouTube channel, is the way that we've done our podcast before, and I feel like our past, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, videos, like where we're all loud and crazy, I think they will be a huge contrast to what we're going to be talking about for the most part, because I think a big part of what we do and what we also did is that a lot of people, like, when you're on a screen, when you're on a camera, you're not having a conversation with somebody, but you're entertaining somebody. I think that sometimes people like forget that you're human. Like, you can see that I'm a human. You can hear me talk. You can see my mannerisms, whatever. But I think that people think that they can just say whatever they want or do whatever they want. And
well, that's social media generally.
Yeah,
right?
Not realize how it affects. Yeah, and it's not just us like being on camera, but it's like people talking behind screens and stuff. Like, there was a point in time where people were like calling us out on like their Instagrams and their Twitters or whatever, and like saying really foul things about the two of us, whether it be personal or like sometimes people say like I don't trust them or their information or whatever, which I don't know what there isn't to trust. We've delivered very good information, I would say, most of the time. Yeah,
I would say so. I think we're also in, like, the Funko kind of hobby generally was like a sneakerhead thing, and there's a lot of like a lot of flipping going on.
Yes, and when there's flipping in general, I think if you talk negatively about something, the people flipping the product specifically will get frustrated over people who might not be speaking highly of the product
that they're trying to sell.
Yeah, they might think like, oh, you're trying to take away value from what I'm trying to make money off of. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, there's that. But I also think that these, I hate to say it like this, but there are some like kind of low rent people. They're just not good people. There are some shitty,
people that
very
are assholes.
very shitty people.
But
I've always,
you have that in
I've always said that if you're talking about Rolexes and you're talking about Lambos and stuff like that, there's a certain amount of money that you need to have in order to be a part of that. And I feel like there almost has to be a maturity that comes with it. When you're talking Hot Toys 2 is kind of in that same framework. Funko Pops are something that anybody could just go out and buy for $10 back then and then flip it for big money. And so you basically have every type of person that could get involved in that. I remember going, and there was this dude that walked around Arundel Mills Mall. This guy had, I heard through the grapevine, he didn't have a job. He didn't have anything. He was just like, I heard some stories about him. He just was not a good dude. He would walk around.
Well, hold on. Let's be very clear. If someone doesn't have a job, that's not the problem.
No.
But
I'm saying, it's a lack of trying.
Yes.
Like he had no drive.
And
that's what I mean.
Not just that, but the way that he was treating others
Yes.
would be the prime example as to why he couldn't get and or hold a job.
Yes. Well, and so this guy was just a complete dirtbag, and he would go to these places at the mall and like get into physical altercations.
Yeah.
And like fight with people.
Yeah.
And hurt people.
We heard that he did that at like 2 separate stores on 2 separate occasions. And as a matter of fact, I saw him one time getting loud with an employee at Toys R Us. That's how long ago it was.
In Toys R Us?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember this.
It was when the very first Jeffrey Funko Pop came out.
Oh, you know what? I do remember that now.
Yeah, I
The
pointed
one with the golden ticket.
Yes, I pointed him to where it was because he was looking frantically through the pops. And I was like, oh, that register up there has it or whatever the case was. I know it was held up front. I don't remember if it was customer service or a register, but I remember him getting like really shitty because they wouldn't let him have more than one.
He was an angry motherfucker, that guy. He was big time.
So the fact that I witnessed that as and also heard stuff through the grapevine made it more believable. Because I don't like to trust everything that I hear. Like, I always take things that I hear with a grain of salt because, some people might make it out to be worse than it is. But 100%. Because I witness it, I'm like, what the fuck?
You saw it, with your own eyes. I'm absolutely saying the super chat to feed Heather's boba habit.
Thank you,
Tyler Powers. I'm down for the new format. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I think that this is going to be a refresh for us. We're refreshing everything around here. We're refreshing Gastlecast. We're looking at refreshing Mischief Toys too. And by the way, MISCHIEFtoys.com right now, you can go and pre-order your I Ain't Afraid No Ghost Part 2 merch. We have a hat over there, a beanie, a flat brim hat, a dad hat, a beanie, and a long sleeve shirt.
Yes, and
this might be the most popular drop we've ever had. I noticed orders coming in like gangbusters.
Yes, lately. And every single item is glow in the dark.
Yes, it all glows, which I don't even know if... here's my question for everybody. I would like to know this.
Do people like...
No.
Oh.
Do people read the emails? That's what I want to know. I've been wanting to know this because the emails have a lot of information in them, and I don't believe anybody's reading it. And I'm wondering...
Some people do, some people don't.
I want to know if people are actually reading the emails, if you find them interesting, if you like the format. If you don't, I would also like to know that. But it just seems like we're putting out information sometimes and people just don't know it exists.
So that's why we've started to implement like sort of Easter egg type things, like fun little puzzles occasionally. We hinted at this drop, the merch drop, in an email just before the drop happened, which was really
They're all
fun.
reading them. Oh, thank you. People don't read in general. That's true. Including me.
Yeah. We
And look, I like that. So Mr. Hooker here says he is just skimming the emails. Yeah. I understand that too. I mean,
me too. Yeah, I don't trust me. Let me tell you something. The amount of times that I've skimmed something thinking that I've retained all the information and I haven't is insane. And I'll say something and then whoever I'm talking to is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, look, it's right here. And then I pull it up and I'm like, oh, no, it's not.
Autumn reads the emails we got. Oh, that's great. I'm glad to see this. Frank does, but he doesn't use social, so emails is where he gets his info. That's great. So we're going to be hiding more in our emails too. So, you might find something cool in those emails. So pay attention to them if you're not reading them already. But it seems like a lot of you are, so that's great. I love to hear it. The next big drop is going to be our Valentine's Day drop, which I'm really, really excited about. Valentine's Day for us here at Mischief Toys is so huge. And we have Valentine's Day happened as an accident. We've talked about this a lot, where Heather and Noelle had mixed messaging happen, and then we did, Valentine's Day figure was designed by accident. And so ever since then, we have continued on with this whole Valentine's Day thing. And this year is going to be just fantastic. It's going to be wonderful. I think you guys are going to love it. We've tossed in a lot of new ideas and different things that we think, we think you're going to be completely on board with. I think I just talked through a burp. I've never done that before.
Disgusting.
I talked through a burp. That's the first time for me. Thank you again. I also love the puzzles that are sometimes in them. Thank you. Tell me the Valentine's Day drop right meow. Tyler Power says, thank you for the super chat. I don't want to give it away because I think that would be that. I don't know. I have a lot of interest in doing things secretly because it's just fun. And then it makes you guys keeps you guessing. And frankly, I don't get that enough in my collecting. So it's nice to be able to give that to you guys. And I hope that you guys enjoy it for what it is. And I want to do bigger and better things with that too. Celeste reads the emails as well. Wonderful. Glad to hear that. Is Valentine's Day drop a week-long thing or just a few days? So it's going to be sort of a week event, but it's like just a smattering of just things in between. There'll be a giveaway day and all that kind of stuff. Like I said in the past, the event things that we do, I really enjoy doing the events because you can kind of pick and choose what you want. And then there's also giveaways mixed into it. It just makes it fun and interactive. And whatever we can do here to make things fun and interactive, I'll do it. Because where's the fun in, I don't know, like as an example, and I'm not trying to call them out, but like Funko. I can't really keep up with everything that they do. We try, like their drops and everything. They just do so much, it's hard to keep up with it. With us, we're smaller and we do very small drops. And having that week long not only is fun for you out there, hopefully, it's fun for us. And then it also maybe will turn people on to Mischief Toys and they might want to check us out because of that. So I think all the way around it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing?
So something happened and I'm trying to undo it and I don't know how. Don't worry about it. I'm worrying about it, but I don't want to. I'm trying not to draw attention to myself, but you're highlighting me.
Gotcha. Chris and Heather, you're not really leaving YouTube. No, we're not leaving YouTube, John. We are transitioning more into a podcast. So today, what we're doing right now is sort of a podcast, right? But what we're going to do is more of a podcast format with Heather and I talking about various things, not just talking about collectibles, but just generally talking about life, talking about our life here, sort of opening the door to our household, I guess, in a way, and our thoughts and minds and where we are in our heads. And really, I think that for me, it's really important. It's going to be good for my mind because as you all know, I'm sure, if you pay attention to the news, and I say this every Sunday, it just seems like things get crazier and crazier by week. Every week is just something new and something crazy for us to be paying attention to. And those are things I don't like to talk about on the channel. I don't like to get into politics and all of that. I like to kind of keep it to entertainment stuff and collectibles. But that stuff weighs on me. It weighs on my mind. I know a lot of you, it weighs on your mind too. And so this is going to give me an outlet just to talk and talk about my day-to-day and things that we go through and things that we've gone through and all of that, right? So I don't know, it just feels, I don't know, it feels good. It feels good that we're changing it. It feels right. It feels like the right time. We've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And after a while, watching us sitting behind this table and just hearing us say the same shit over, oh, we're new Friday drop. It's a limited edition and everybody wants it. Or nobody bought it and it didn't sell out fast. It's like, how much can we talk about this? Like it's just gotten to a point now where it's not as exciting as it used to be talking about Funko. It just isn't. It's not as exciting to talk about Thrilljoy. It's not as exciting to talk about any other toy. Well, it's exciting to talk about MISCHIEF toys. Let's say that, right?
Yeah.
It's very exciting to talk about MISCHIEF toys.
It is.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
But we might be biased in that. But it's just, I'm not saying that they're bad toy companies or I don't like what they do. I'm saying that there just isn't enough news out there to talk about them every day.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Like Funko isn't poisoning people with chicken sandwiches every day.
Right.
Or stickering the same pop with a different sticker to have at an event and also at home. But like the event one was always coveted and only available at the event. And then they decided to change it and put some at home. Like, I want to talk, like, if I'm going to talk about something every day, I want it to be, like, hard-hitting. But instead, I feel like Ace Hood, do you remember that song? Same old shit, just a different day.
No, I have no idea what that is.
Okay, we'll have to listen to it after this so we don't get hit with a copyright on YouTube. But
I hate to say it, I don't know what it is.
But I feel like we're talking about the same old shit, and it's like, we're here and we're like, you know, what did Dish Trackers have to say today? Is there anything new coming out? Like, you know, you can, like, why watch the Gastlecast if you can just go to Dish Tracker's Instagram and figure out what he's saying?
Right.
Because a lot of time, I mean, I would say at least 80% of the time, we're talking about topics that he had posted throughout the day.
Well, it's funny. I haven't brought this up. I haven't talked about it a lot, but there is a former employee at Funko who has been reaching out to us pretty often. In fact, we're sort of getting to know this person, and they're very nice. Well, in talking to them, they explained that everything that we have said on this channel, both in our opinions of what's happening and also in the information that we share that we get from behind the scenes, like from other people, we're always spot on. And Funko is always listening to us. And it's interesting to know that. And we've known that for years with the different iterations of Funko. Mariotti and when Becker was there and when, what's her name? What was her name? What was the CEO? The one I always made fun of her, said she's a witch.
Why am I? Cynthia.
Cynthia. Now this new guy who's there, who seems to be new guy who seems to be really nice and really cool. I like him in person. He's great. But through all the iterations that we've been around and talked about all this stuff, especially over the last, I would say 3 years, it seems like Funko has really paid attention to what we had to say. But these days, they're just, I don't know. It's just, what I'll tell you, this is going to be something else maybe we talk about in length. The other thing that has really, really upset me is that we sit and talk about Funko all the time. And I know that we review them and we have things we say, and we've not always been like, I don't want to say we've been unfair, but we've given our opinions, and maybe those opinions aren't something that Funko wanted to hear. But I've always hated that Funko never tried to connect with us until we went to conventions. When we were there in person in conventions, they were always they've been nice to us over the last couple of years, but generally it was almost like they wanted nothing to do with Gastlecast. And that really bummed me out, because I felt like, you know, if it's true that they're sitting around and they're listening to what we have to say and they take what we say very seriously, then why is there the part of not having a disconnect to me is kind of frustrating. Yeah. I don't know. It really bothers me, because we put in, I would say we put in a lot of hard work to get Funko out there, and we want to be there for them, and we want to help them, you know, do succeed and do bigger things. But no, I don't know. They appreciate all these other channels these yes men and these, I don't know, these other channels that are just, they're not bad channels. I'm not saying they're bad channels. I'm just saying they're the channels who are like loving Funko every single day, where I feel like Funko could at least respect what we're doing. I don't know. Am I out of line?
I think that any company would favor people who are positive over what they would consider critical or negative about their business as like someone who talks about them. And I think that a lot of people, one, mistake what we're doing, and they might feel attacked versus like we're giving constructive criticism, because there have been times where we have been more like hardcore versus you know, hey Funko, it's really cool that you did this, but next time try to consider this because blank. Like, shouting trash is gonna come across as negative and maybe mean or whatever.
It's crass.
Yeah. So I can understand why they would feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah. True. It always bummed me out though, because then you would see these YouTubers who are just in it for the, I don't know. They're in it. They just want to blow Funko so they get free products and stuff. And that's like what we were totally against. Like, I always felt like we were rebellious in that way. And I liked our place. But I also didn't like that we were not being treated the same. It just felt like, shine the light on all these people. And that was the other thing, is that Funko must have talked to all of those people in some capacity and said, do not work with Funko.
It's not, you mean Gastlecast? No,
yeah,
it's
Gastlecast.
not, it's not that.
It felt that way.
It's similar, but that's not what it is.
What do you think it is?
It is more
Should we
of
save this for an episode?
If you want, but it's more of a dialogue of stay away from anything that could be taken negatively. They are getting to my Legos and it's really pissing me off.
They're getting what?
My Legos.
What Legos?
The ones that we have.
Oh my God, Heather, we gotta get this straightened out. We can't have this when we're doing this podcast. I can't even have you running out every 5 seconds.
Well, then the kids need to get their shit together.
I don't know if they are.
But the thing is, I'm not going to be fake in order to get some sort of like special treatment. If someone doesn't find what I have to say valuable enough to like me, but they find it valuable enough to implement changes in their company, that's a little bit weird, but it's fine. I'm not hired to.
We're not hired at all.
I'm not hired to give them information. They just happen to occasionally implement some of the things that we say,
Can I say something controversial?
Go ahead. I don't know if I want you to.
I'm going to say something. I think you'll be on board with it. I'm not naming names. But recently,
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. I know what you're about to say, and I don't like it. I don't care. I don't care about like specific people and their like dramas or whatever. As like, I don't care.
I'm in this podcast. I'm going to let it all free, man. I'm letting it all loose. I'm getting stuff off my chest, Heather. That's what this podcast is all about.
I think that there is a way to present information without coming across in a way.
I'm going to come across as me because it is me and it's how I feel.
No, I know. I just think
and it
that
bums me out.
I just think that it's easy for people to.
I hate that. You know what I hate so much is that it feels like a lot of the times where we talk about like, and I'm not saying that you're guilty of this, maybe a little bit, but a lot of the times I will say something along the lines of, this is how I feel and this is what I want to say. And we'll talk about it behind the scenes and you're like, you shouldn't say that, it's going to make you look a certain way. And I get that because that's the political move.
Political, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're trying to come across, look, we're viewed by people, thousands of people a week. And so you don't want to come across a certain way and look like a douche or a dickhead. But I'm tired of like not being able to be who I am. And if people sit behind the scenes and talk complete utter shit about me, I'm not going to just me personally, like I can't sit back and allow that to happen and not put my 2 cents out there and how I feel. Because here's what's happened. I'll explain to you what's happened to me. And you may or may not have noticed this. I have allowed all this to build up in me. All this time, many years of being, they got a fucking Lego person out there right now. And I'm about to say something very serious. Get that minifig out of their mouth. And let's get back in here. I got work to do, Heather. You're ruining everything. There will be TFing. The TFing will never end. We'll always be TFing. And we will always TF hard. Always. What happened? What do they got out there? You hit a cat in the face, Heather. Well, that can't be in the podcast.
I didn't mean to. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so what I was saying is...
He was behind the curtain, and I, like, tossed something.
And he punched him in his face. Great.
Well,
what I'm saying is that I have been... I feel like I'm constantly being beat up, and I feel, like, hurt and upset over it. And I want to get it off. I don't have to name names, but I have to get these scenarios off my chest. I got to talk about these things. I got to talk it through. And I want to be me. I don't want to hide it and be like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It does bother me. And I'm allowed to be bothered by it. I'm allowed to be bothered by these things. I can be affected by these things.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine.
So when I buy this new fucking chair, I'll be sitting in this chair and I will be telling you a lot of things. And there might be things that people don't want to hear, but I'm going to say it.
Well,
because I'm done.
Don't fucking suck.
I'm done.
And then you won't feel attacked, I guess.
You think? You think I suck? Is that the problem?
No, I'm talking like if they're the one, if they don't want to hear it, it's probably about them.
Right? One problem I've always had my whole life, I told you this, and it's definitely a deep-seated thing. I don't know where it is or where it comes from, but it's this feeling of never being accepted. Never. And it's shown through this channel in a way where it's like we are this rebellious channel. Oh, we're going to accept all these other YouTube influencers, us Funko. We love them and all this stuff, but we're not accepting Gastlecast. And then I feel like I'm saying this is a problem with me personally, but I take it the wrong way. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with me not to be accepted? You see what I'm saying?
Well, what's wrong with you is that you have things that aren't always positive or
do you really think that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Would you, Christopher Gass, owner of MISCHIEF Toys, want like purposely send something to somebody, an influencer, and have them unbox it if they put out 10 negative videos about MISCHIEF Toys? Would you bring them behind the booth at New York Comic Con?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you think that we did that? I'm asking you. I'm asking Heather of Gastlecast. Did we in fact do that? Because the way that I see it is in those videos, it was obvious that you and I were being funny. We were not trying to tear anybody apart. We weren't hurting anybody. We weren't trying to hurt that company.
I think that it can come across that way, yes.
Right. Well, then I guess it comes how it's perceived.
Not necessarily, no.
Because we've had people say things about MISCHIEF Toys before, and yeah, it hurts a little bit, but I mean, people are going to say what they have to say. It's just how it is. So would I accept that person or feel like, okay, I got this new Ghastly. Remember all the things I said? It's changed now. I got this one. This is so fucking cool. I love it. Now I love the back catalog too. It's just opinions can change every day. I mean, tomorrow I might wipe backward and then the next day I'll wipe frontward. You know?
Well, first of all, no, that's not happening. Nobody just does that.
What do you mean? I'm changing up tonight.
But no, I think that in order to be an influencer, you have to be positive about everything all the time. And I
really I mean, look at the amount of influencers out there, though. I think you're speaking from the wrong place.
I don't think I am.
Are you talking? Okay, hold on.
I personally would not want to bring someone into sort of what we do in any sort of way that has had like pretty rough things to say about MISCHIEF Toys. Like there's a difference between feedback and there's a difference between
Can I
being over the top and...
Okay, well, can I just give you an example
Yeah.
of somebody that's very similar to what you're talking about?
Okay.
A movie reviewer.
Right.
These movie reviewers are invited to go to all these different things, all these different shows. Doesn't matter if they review the movie poorly. They're invited to go to things. They still want their word. They want to hear what they have to say.
So here's the thing. I'm not saying Funko is right for potentially feeling that way. I think that there's value in someone who isn't afraid to share the truth. And Funko has proven it time and time again when they listened to us when we said that what was it, Zordon?
Oh, yeah. They had the color.
It had the blue, like, peg, and we said it would be better clear.
No, I think it was the other way around, wasn't it?
No, clear is, like, invisible. It was blue. They turned it to clear.
Okay.
So it wasn't as visible.
You're sure about that?
100%.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that there is very obviously value in things like that. And
We
frankly,
really hung our hat on that Zordon thing, by the way.
I
We
know.
brought that up a lot.
I know, we still do.
Dave Adler
To
made
this
like
day.
shirts and everything
Yeah.
and certificates.
Pillowcase.
By the way, is this the cutest picture of me ever or what?
Yeah, it is.
You know what that's... Who,
Chris,
hold on, can I ask you a
finish my
question?
thought?
You know what I have there?
What do you have?
I got a little pumperoonie right there. It's a little pumpkin. Pumpkin. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Fantastic. I think that there is definitely value in what we do. Are we valued in the same way as someone who is perpetually positive about something? No, because any company would prefer good publicity over potentially critical or what they would consider bad publicity.
Right. No, I get it.
So, like, if someone made fun of you in high school or whatever, would you go out of your way if you saw them 2 years after graduation, if you saw them in a grocery store, hey, how are you doing? I wouldn't.
How much money do you think we've made for Funko? Do you think we made less money than other influencers or more? And hold on. And I have
I know for a fact
I know for a fact too.
We personally had made more money for a specific business because that was shared with us. That information was shared with us.
Right. Because
Based off the length of time that a much larger influencer with further reach had been affiliated with a specific company.
that's what I was going to say. Okay.
We were there less than half of the time. And I think we were like $1,000 lower than that person in the short amount of time that we had worked in promoting this.
You want to know
company.
why? I know why.
Tell me why.
Because other influencers, I feel like our relatability and people connecting with us runs deep, and they want to support us more than some of these other influencers. So I would say, and this is proof, and I always say this a lot, we have the best fan base there is.
We do. I feel like the people who are favored by companies are doing what that company may see as getting their name out there in a positive way. But again, there is always room for change. There's always room for listening to feedback. Did we always give our feedback in the right way?
Right.
Or did we come across as harsh or sarcastic, but maybe it didn't land? Absolutely. But there's a place for that. I beg people for feedback for Mischief Toys because as a company, we cannot grow and do better if people aren't speaking up. If one person a month sends me an email, I can't listen to one fucking person.
You're getting me really worried. I'm about to take you upstairs here in a second with you getting angry like this.
If 50 people say the same thing, like, hey, I would have preferred this or whatever, okay. Like, I can listen to that feedback. Feedback is valuable.
It is very valuable.
It is very valuable. And Funko has proven that by listening to us. So...
Where's my motherfucking check? Where's my money? Bitch?
I get where you're coming from, but I understand why they want a certain...
Demographic,
personality,
a certain type
to represent what they do and to I don't want to say favor because I don't think they're favoring people. I think it's more so finding what they feel is the right person for their brand.
So now, their social media thing is so different now. We talked about it. The guy that was behind Mr. Beast, he's a part of it all now. Do you see the amount of advertisements on your feed now from a bunch of random like influencers I've never heard of but have millions of views? Have you noticed this?
I have not done
These
that.
influencers are like everywhere touting Funko now. And most of them are talking about Funko Pop Yourself. There
You're really
are
trying to make that
so
happen.
many. So many influencers.
I would consider Pop Yourself being like the weed of the toy, like the Funko world.
It's what gets you through the door.
It's the gateway drug is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Not saying that everybody who does weed does other stuff,
Right.
but you know, it has that stigma, right? So that was my shitty comparison. But anyway, I think that Funko thinks as Pop Yourself as a for everybody product that would help them
there was a woman
introduce Funko to people who might not otherwise purchase Funko. For example, I could make a Funko Pop of my dad with a hot dog in his hand because he is a hot dog man and he sells hot dogs for a living.
Yes, thank
And I
God you
could gift it
clarified
to
that.
him.
Yes.
I could gift it to him, and he may have never purchased a Funko Pop otherwise, but now he knows what Funko... I mean, obviously, my dad knows what Funko is, but he knows what Funko is now, and maybe he wants to see what else Funko has to offer.
There was a woman the other day advertising Funko, and she said something along the lines of, "Hey, everybody, I found this thing called Funko." But the way that it came across was like Funko was new. It was like, all this brand new thing. Word on the street is Funko is this brand new thing. And you should check it out. Now you can make yourself as a pop and so on and so forth. It was just it's such a weird place. I'm not saying it was wrong. I'm just saying it was just, it's weird to hear it that way, considering that Funko has been around for quite some time now.
I think that a lot of people...
But they're opening it to a new audience, I guess is my point, to people who have not heard about Funko before.
Yeah,
but it's
and
just
they don't
so
realize
weird.
that there's a whole documentary that was sold with Funko Pops attached to
but
it.
what I'm saying is, it's to me, it's like odd to know that there are people out there who don't know what Funko is.
Same.
That's crazy
It's
to me.
weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I can't wrap my head around it. It's very, very strange.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people who haven't heard of Funko. I mean, I remember when you specifically first started collecting, not me, because I was not a collector at the time. I remember calling around to multiple Targets for that stupid Hulk Funko Pop with the red eyes.
No. Hot Topic.
Then what was the one at Target?
The Gladiator Hulk? No, that was 2017.
No, it was before that.
I don't remember.
I thought it was at Hulk, but yeah, I remember the Hulk with
Hot
the red
Topic one.
eyes.
That was the first big hunt.
But there was one at Target. So Hot Topic, they were always fairly good with knowing what Funko products were. It was a Target exclusive. Was it a disappearing? Something had like an invisible body.
There was a Vision. A Vision that was half see-through.
But that would have been later down the line when I started collecting.
No, that was from Avengers Age of Ultron.
Okay. So that was before I started collecting.
Yep.
Then it was that one or something like that.
Yeah, we were hunting all the new pops for Age of Ultron.
But I remember that like Target employees were like, "A what?
Yep.
A Funko?" I'm like, Funko Pop. It's a little figurine.
Yeah.
In the like at
back
the
in
time,
the day when nobody knew what Funko was.
Section.
Nobody knew what Funko was back then. Now they do. But obviously this woman that was talking about it on the advertisement does not know what Funko is. She just found out Making a pop herself. She's popping herself now, baby doll.
She's doing what?
Yeah, you heard me.
Where can you find that? Her OnlyFans?
I don't know. But look, that's our new format. We're going to start doing all sorts of stuff. We got pretty deep tonight, but we're going to get deeper. We're going to go all in. I'm going balls and all.
Are we going to be popping ourselves too, like that lady?
Oh, Heather, I might end up having to make a new channel. We're going to have to upload our videos into a different channel, if you know what I'm talking
Only
about.
pops?
Only something.
poppin'?
Only something. We'll have to see what happens. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, if you go over to MISCHIEFtoys.com right now, you can pre-order all that. I Ain't Afraid No Ghost, was it part 2 merch, which is the long sleeve shirt, the beanie, the dad hat, and the flat brim, which are all glow in the dark. The under brim on the flat brim hat is badass, says Mischief Toys and Slime. Sick stuff. Go and get yours. Heather, when do they have until to order their stuffs?
42 minutes, 10 p.m. Eastern.
So go and get yours. I've noticed we've had orders come through since I've been sitting here tonight. So thank you. We appreciate it. Can't wait for you guys to rock your stuff. You're going to want all that gear if you're going to C2E2. That's the next big show that we will be going to. And we have another big show to announce very soon that we'll be going to as well. I think you guys are going to be both excited and surprised because it is a show that we never expected to even think about going to.
So I didn't even know that it existed. Chris did. It's something that
They literally handpicked us.
Yeah, and I would not consider myself a connoisseur of what this is about. But I think we're going to fit in. What the fuck? No, I am very uncomfortable. I do not.
That's weird. They're like covered up.
I do not like
Chapel
that.
Roan has these nipple piercing things holding up her dress, but the nips are covered up with something. I don't know what's going on here. That's really bizarre.
I am very. Just put that away. I can't look at that. Anyway, what were we saying?
That is really weird.
I'm very uncomfortable. I do not like that at all.
Saved.
What were we saying?
Huh? What?
I feel like where we're going. I think we're gonna fit in a way that is gonna be really cool, and I think you guys are really gonna want to make this convention.
It's gonna be really weird, and we're gonna be bringing some really cool shit.
Some very different from Mischief Toys items that you would not expect, but will make total sense and will be a lot of fun. And I think you guys will really, really, really dig it.
This year is a big year for us, not only with Gastlecast, but also Mischief Toys is what we're super focused on. I wanted to focus on changing Gastlecast in a way that is sort of, we want to evolve. Heather and I have evolved as human beings being on this channel. I remember at a time we couldn't even talk to the camera. We didn't even know what we were doing. And we're not like kids that were like in this like stage kids from like high school. Like we never did any shows or anything.
I was the opposite. I literally had a teacher tell me in the 3rd grade, it was my 3rd grade teacher. I was so shy. She was like concerned about me. She was concerned that I wouldn't like make friends and things like that. But she wrote me a letter at the end of the year and she was like, you really came out of your shell, but it wasn't like I was outgoing still. It's like I've always been a more quiet, reserved person. And that has changed as I've grown up, but it didn't. I have been more myself and outgoing around friends, but more reserved like elsewhere. And since being on YouTube, since having a channel, I have had no shame in anything that I do. I am just me. I am not here to like, I guess, put on a persona that I think that people would like to see. Like, I'm just myself, and if you like it, that's great. If not, I don't really care.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
I understand that. Well, I mean, we've
like
evolved.
I'm not gonna I'm not going to hold in a fart just because I think you're not going to like it.
We've evolved and we've changed, so now it's time to change this channel a bit, and then also grow Mischief Toys into a behemoth. That's my biggest plan. I'm going part-time at my job so I can grow Mischief Toys and have more time in which to do that. So thank you everybody for your support. Now I'm so happy to see that people are on board with this change that we're going to make here on the channel. And this year with Mischief Toys, we're going to be doing a lot of like crazy things that we've never done before, to include going to events that you might not have otherwise seen us in past years, and dropping products that you might not have expected from us. I mean, I want to do some really wild shit. I want to grow Mischief Toys and do some crazy fun things. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. So tag along with us. We would appreciate it. Check out MischiefToys.com. Sign up for our newsletter while you're there. Follow us on all forms of social media at Mischief Toys. And join our group on Facebook called Mischief Toys Collectors. Also, check out our Patreon for this channel if you want to support. We're going to have a call in February where we're going to do all sorts of giveaways, show you upcoming Mischief Toys stuff. We have some big news to share in February and much more. It's a fun time over there on Patreon. You can ask any patron. They absolutely have a blast with us, and we have a blast with them. Patreon.com/Gastlecast. Go and join now. You can join those calls for as low as $5 per month. Be a part of the giveaways for $10 or $20 a month. Highly recommend that you join if you love collectibles and you like just to chat and hang out and bullshit with us, just like we did here tonight. Go and join up. But that's all we've got for you. Thank you so much for being here with us. And as I always say, treat each other great all week long until we see you here next Sunday. Okay? Be good to each other. And
make sure you get your I Ain't Afraid of No Ghastly merch.
Yes.
It is fire.
And keep your head up high. I know the world right now is like really insane, but tune in here for some fun and have some fun with the Gastlecast, Heather and Chris.
And get rid of all of the crazy stuff on your feed by looking at Chapel Roan's boobs, and then you will get different things on your feed than all of the negative things going on. You get me all
worked up, Heather. Don't talk about it anymore. I'm going to get worked up right here. Thank you, everybody. We love you, and we'll see you next weekend. See you later. New video every single day. We love you.